Here's a quick ability guide for Hydroid's abilities. First of all, starting with his passive. His passive makes it so whenever Hydroid attacks enemies, they become permanently weaker to the corrosive status effect. So whenever you apply the first corrosive proc on enemies, it now strips enemies by 50% instead of 26%, allowing you to fully strip enemies with max corrosive procs. His first ability summons a barrage of rain that does quite a lot of damage and of corrosive damage, and also applies the corrosive status effect, allowing it to fully strip enemies thanks to his passive. And with the augment, it also applies viral as well. His second ability will have corrosive Hydro transform into a wave, and he'll be able to dash forward and move around at quick speeds. He also can run his enemies, dealing corrosive damage, and he'll apply the corrosive status effect based on how long enemies get carried by the wave. When the wave ends, it will just leave enemies in a bundle wherever the ability ended. Additionally, casting ability does cleanse Hydroid of all negative status effects, and with the augment, it will also cleanse allies of negative status effects and give both Hydroid and allies status immunity for a set duration. His third ability is called Plunder, and it will remove all corrosive procs on enemies in the area. And for each corrosive, and based on the amount of corrosive procs removed from enemies, it will permanently armor strip them. It will also grant Hydroid a corrosive damage buff to both his abilities and weapons, and also an armor buff. And with the augment, it will also heal both Hydroid and allies. And lastly, his fourth ability will summon a tentacle monster that will suspend enemies up in the air, making them completely immobilized. The ability does do corrosive damage and also apply the corrosive status effect, but it doesn't do that much damage, and without the augment, the ability isn't really worth using that much. The augment does make it so that enemies that are caught by the tentacles will have a additional 100% chance to drop additional loot, making it the highest percent drop chance buff for extra loot in the entire game.